Well. Hello, guys. Welcome to my new podcast I'm starting. It's called What's on My Mind. And, this is going to be a new podcast I'm trying to start and create. Hopefully, you guys like it. It's not going to replace the rants or anything. It's going to be basically just this and the rants. So, if it's a little mungled up and tangled and I trip over my words, I apologize. So, yeah, I'm going to be trying to do this. I don't know if I'm going to keep a legit schedule for this kind of thing. I'm going to try to at least kind of do it like a once a week kind of thing, maybe, or twice a week or something. These podcasts aren't going to be long, maybe like 10 to 15 minutes at the very most. That's going to be about it. So today I'm going to be talking about the coronavirus. It's a virus that I kind of just don't really like too much. My experience with it is that people are just kind of overreacting. I feel like it's basically, I know people are like, well, it's better to overreact to underreact, but at the same time, it's guys, okay, so let me I think this whole virus thing is just making people act kind of crazy. I mean, you got people that are just rushing in stores, kind of just angry. You got most people that are civilized, are okay, I get why you have one exit, one entrance, right? Because I work at a grocery store, and people are constantly coming in and out. They're constantly going in and out of the store, and I'm sorry, and people are just constantly coming out of the store, and you get some people that are okay, I understand, I have to go to the entrance, and then you get other people that are oh my god, do I really have to go to the exit? Oh my god, sucking their teeth, acting like fucking immature brats. It's you came from the car to the front of the store. You can take your ass to the fucking entrance. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. People are just so angsty and angry that they have to take their ass to the entrance. It's you yourself are so angry about this whole virus situation. People are just up in their ass about it. But then again, when we're trying to save your life and trying to prevent you from getting the virus, you act upset. I don't get people's logic, man. I really don't. Again, I work at a grocery store. We have to wipe everything down. We have to basically we have to wear masks, wear gloves. And again, I get it. We have to, stay safe. We have one direction. But then, and most people are just, perfectly fine with it. But then you got people that just want to butt in the line, because we have it where you have to basically be standing in a line and get directed to a cash register, a cashier. And you got some people that are okay, that makes sense. And you got some people oh my god, either way in this long ass line. And you got people that are butting. You got people that are just really, really upset. And I'm seriously? You guys are the ones fucking complaining that this whole virus thing is getting out of control. And I feel people are just more angry and angsty. The other day, again, I work at a grocery store, and I was getting trash out of the trash bin because I got to collect trash or whatever. And this guy was oh my god, man, 6 feet. Oh. And I'm okay, calm the fuck down. In my head, I didn't say that out loud. I wish. I'm not that type of person to just fucking blurt out stuff if someone's rude to me. I'm okay, whatever. I'm just I'm I'm sorry. He didn't say anything back because he's a fucking asshole, whatever. But I'm okay, whatever. I just collect the trash, be on my way. People are just so angry about it. But then the same people that are 6 feet back, oh my god, stay away from me, are the same people that go to their houses and have sex with their wife, or just hug and just get in close contact with people that are in their house. It's I don't fucking know. And you got the media just proportioning and just blowing this whole thing up, where it's oh my god, the numbers, they're so crazy. And it's you guys really just blowing this up. They're ignoring all the cases about the people who recovered, and they're just focusing on the negative stuff. And it's at some point it just makes me want to just tear my hair out. It's you guys are the professionals. You guys are supposed to go after noteworthy stuff, and they're they bring doctors on, and that's fine and everything. But then you get people that are just, it's just they just bring all these bad numbers up, and it really breaks, tears my. That's why I just stopped watching the news. I stopped listening, because it's all negativity. It's all people who are dying from the disease. It's all people that that are basically oh my god, and I get it. People are dying from the disease. I get it. But there are some people who recover from the disease. They get it again. Again, it's fine, but you have to focus on the positives. I watch Dr. Mike on YouTube, right? I go and watch Dr. Mike on YouTube. He is a legitimate doctor that knows what the hell he's talking about. He knows why this virus is so kind of like out there and stuff like that. And that's why I listen to videos on YouTube instead of the news, because the news will focus on the negative. And while Dr. Mike does mention the negative, he usually tries to paint it in a positive light. Like, we can get through this. We have research that shows, how to prevent from getting disease. We have research that shows how to, basically kind of like, he basically just goes in depth on like basically the negatives, but also the positive. Like, the news will always focus on the negative just to get clicks, and it really makes me sad, man. Like, I'm sure there's got some positive stuff in there, but it just makes me so angry. And then people are just self-quarantining in their houses, but people have to leave at some point, and this is what makes me mad. So, I remember before all this, I could just go and get a Nintendo Switch, right? I could just okay, like, the gaming industry is really suffering right now. Not even suffering, but just like everything is out of stock. I can't get a computer. I can't get a fucking Switch. Like, I got my Switch Lite on Best Buy, and I'm gonna tell you guys the full story of this whole thing. Cause listen, I'm running 6 minutes. I really want to reach that 10-minute mark. I'm sorry, guys, but anyway, like, I got my Switch Lite. So today, so it was Wednesday, right? I got my check. I had saved up some money from last week's checks. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get a Switch Lite. Everything's gonna be cool. All right, cool. I don't. You know how you just call a bunch of different places to look for one thing? Like, say, for example, you need a specific part for a computer, need something really quick. So you kind of just like call different stores, call different places to look for specific things. So I was calling a bunch of different Walmarts to see where to see where a Nintendo Switch is, and they were sold out, and I found one Walmart. They said, we have one Nintendo Switch left in stock. I'm like, perfect. So I ordered an Uber, went down there, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to get the Switch Lite, let's go. And when I got there, there were no Switch Lites in stock. There was like no Switches, no Switch Lites, but there are plenty of games on the shelves, and I can tell you why. Because people are buying their games digital. They're not going out and buying games. None of that stuff. So the stores are stocked with fucking games. You can go in a fucking Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and get yourself a fucking game. But you can't get a fucking system. Gee, I wonder fucking why. So there was one Switch Lite in stock. He was about to pick it up. I'm like, oh, let's go. And I asked him before he rung it up, like he was taking it out of the case. He had it in his hand. I'm like, do you accept Apple Pay? Because I didn't have my I didn't have my card at the time, but I do have Apple Pay. He's like, no, we don't accept Apple Pay. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, all right, just put it back. And I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna have to go home. I was gonna set up my Apple Pay because like I know Walmart does Walmart Pay, and I really didn't know how to set it up right. I didn't feel like doing it, and it was a confused mess. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to go and get some cash out for my Apple stuff. So I tried to go to Wegmans, because I know Wegmans does Apple Pay. I'm like, okay, maybe I can just get some cash out of here and go to Walmart. Nope. It just automatically accepted Apple Pay. Accepted it. I got my stuff, but I couldn't get cash back. Oh, gee. This day just keeps getting worse. Then I had to walk all the way back to Walmart, because I walked from Walmart to Wegmans. It wasn't a long walk, but I walked back and forth to Wegmans and Walmart. And what ended up happening basically was I'm like, okay, and then I ordered, and I went home. I didn't go home. I went to Target because I remember one time Target had asked me for cash back for my Apple Pay. I'm like, okay, maybe I could just go to Target and get cash back. Went to Target. Nope, same thing as Wegmans. It just accepted it and told me to go shove off. And I'm like, fuck. I ended up walking home from Target. Not a long walk. But I was really disappointed. I'm just gonna order offline, don't I? As of right now, I don't recommend ordering from Amazon. I don't recommend ordering from. I just recommend ordering from any other food chain right now, like just any kind of major retail like Best Buy or anything like that, because at this point there's really nothing left. Like, I'm surprised I even got a Switch as fast as I did. There's like nothing left in stock. I had to order a new computer because this one's fucked up. There's like nothing left. Nothing. Man, it really tears my heart. And then this whole election thing with Trump, he basically screwed us all over. As people are saying, I really don't care for politics, so I'm not going to go too much into it, but apparently he could have stopped this because, Trump. But I don't really care. I don't think he's going to get reelected for this year. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I ain't into politics that much, but it's just sad what this virus has done to humanity. What it's going to do to humanity for years and years to come. It makes me sad, man. It makes me sad. Like, is this what we're becoming? Just like monsters? I feel like it's died down. Hopefully, like this whole kind of quarantine thing gets lifted, so I can just go to fucking McDonald's or Chick-fil-A to get myself something to eat. Like Chick-fil-A is my favorite restaurant, but guess what? I can't mobile order, and I don't have a fucking car, so I can't get Chick-fil-A. Wow, man, it's crazy, man. Like I can't even get anything. Like all my favorite restaurants, I know I can just order DoorDash or whatever, but I don't know, that's like more money than it's worth, honestly. I'd rather just go into Chick-fil-A or just mobile order off my goddamn phone. Like at least with Chick-fil-A has like these rewards you can use, and man, I kind of miss the normal. And like the other day I was talking to somebody, right, on my Uber driver. He was basically saying that, there's going to be some changes after this, and I can agree. There's definitely going to be some major changes between this and what's going to happen later on. Like, there's going to be some major changes, like restaurants or whatever are going to have to probably establish this whole, wash your hands before you go to work. Like they're going to probably really ramp that up, before all this even happened. Like people washed their hands before, but now it's probably going to be mandatory to wash your hands now. And I don't know. There's gonna be some new rules and some changes after this. I can guarantee you that. Anyway, that's basically all I really have to say. Thank you. If you guys like the podcast, make sure to like and subscribe. I plan on recording some more podcasts after this. Again, I don't plan on making these podcasts too long. Shoot for between 10 to 15 minutes, not too long. Just mini podcast. Not too long. I can't really talk for that long. I apologize, but that's really all I have to say. I mean, it's crazy being quarantined. I mean, people are losing their jobs. Like, at least I still have a job. I can make money, but I feel bad for people that just don't have anything, man. It breaks my heart. It sucks to be unemployed, especially if you've got bills to pay or it sucks, man. This whole situation is a shit show. Anyway, that's really all I have to say. Thank you guys for subscribing and listening. Even if I don't get a ton of views, I'm really appreciate anyone who stopped in to listen. Make sure to like and comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the podcast, let me know. I'm really trying to experiment with what kind of content I want to really put on YouTube. I still want to do the rants, the podcast, and this sort of silly video things. So silly videos I just put on YouTube, the short silly videos kind of thing, or meme videos is what I'm going to call them. But thank you guys so much for listening. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And this is What's on Your Mind by That Nintendo Guy, signing off.